And it's funny, I was with a group of brokers in Adelaide yesterday and in Melbourne the day before, and one of the things I always ask is put your hand up if you've dealt with a client in the last 6 months that has ATO debt, and every hand in the room went up. And I said, keep it up if it's impacted your ability to actually get funding. Every hand stays up. Um, People that, and organisations like yourselves that are actually comfortable with businesses that either need to borrow money to clear the ATO debt or just need to borrow money generally for business, and they have ATO debt, having that level of comfort and ability to go, yes, we got that, we understand that, as long as it's managed and it's in an arrangement, we're good to go.
You've got to be able to shore up your balance sheet at some stage. There are products that are out there that are extremely imperative for a growth of the business. I say it all the time. There are different types of businesses that are in a pickle, right? There are businesses that have exceptional fast growth, and that means fast debt equals fast growth. And that's great. You've grown it, but the reality is that now you've got to start considering consolidation or restructuring. And you've got to shore up that balance sheet to start reinvesting back into the business. And so that might be a very profitable business, but because he or she has taken on so much debt to be able to grow that business, at some stage it's going to start eating into your margins, and those margins are going to start to compound, and that's where it's going to start eating into your profit. That doesn't mean that it's not a profitable business. Just by shoring that up enables that director to start taking that next phase of that business growth. So, we always talk about, sort of doom and gloom in the ATO, but there's some businesses that have just grown really, really fast and have had to take on a lot of debt. And there's great products out there for that. There's some great unsecured products that are out there for that. That has really helped businesses grow. And there's a genuine need. But when it starts eating into your margins because of that high level of growth, at some stage, you need to start speaking to a practitioner such as ourselves, Michael, to be able to help that business get to that next phase of growth.
Yeah, look, and it's a really good point, Peter. There's, I could name, a dozen businesses that we've seen just this year that have been victims of their own growth, and they haven't taken advantage of those products that you're talking about to fund this. And so what they've done is, and it's the one thing the ATO hate, is that they've used the ATO to fund this growth by not paying their taxes, and then it snowballs and snowballs, and then suddenly they come to us and they're going, yeah, we just haven't been able to pay the tax. And then suddenly they've got a real problem, and the ATO are now looking at them from a viability perspective. Yet they're really good businesses, but they haven't managed that growth piece. So, yeah, that's quite common around all of that. And I think it's just, and look, it's tricky. Business is tough at the moment. Cash is king. It's always been king, but very much at the moment. And so, and often the solution they say to us is, well, we're going to get out of this because we've got a new big project coming up. And you go, well, that's great, but how are you going to fund that? You haven't got the funds to do what you've been doing. And so that's why it's really important that businesses have that expert advice to say, well, look, yes, it's great that you're a good practitioner and you've got lots of work coming in, you're really good at what you do and you're a market leader, but how are you going to fund all this?
That's right.